Hi, welcome to Film Files, and this is the movie review for Blackberry. Going in, I was certainly biased because I'm a big fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Glenn Howerton is one of the leads of this film as well as that TV show. I did want to kind of try to separate it in my mind so I don't see Dennis Reynolds in this character, and Glenn Howerton was really good, and I didn't see any of Dennis Reynolds. He still played a very angry character, and that's where the similarities ended with his character from It's Always Sunny. He challenged himself for this role, and it really showed. It was a very flushed out character, and with the body language, the mannerisms, all of it was very, very good. And it was very charming, and I couldn't keep my eyes off of that character throughout the film. So he did a great job. J. Baruchel also does a pretty good job. He plays the meek character, so it wasn't as outlandish or as eye-catching as Glenn Howerton's character was, but definitely did serve its purpose. That character makes a little bit of a turn towards the end of the film, which I didn't think really suited it, and they didn't really set that up in the beginning of the film. There's suddenly like a switch turns, and he gets a lot more serious, and he gets a lot more, when he's under pressure, he reacts differently towards the end of the film. This is one of the rare films where the director of the film puts in a very likable, funny, clear character performance where he's one of the secondary characters, but he plays it beautifully, and he does a great job directing this as well. I know this is a true story, and this story happens over many, many, many years, almost a decade, and well, more than a decade, almost 2 decades. And the way that they show it is they take key moments that happen in these people's lives, and they've intercut them to happen simultaneously. For example, Jay Baruchel and Matthew Johnson show up at Glenn Howerton's office the same day that he gets fired, which I'm sure is a creative license. And there are many such licenses where Glenn Howerton's character is flying to New York, and then he has to fly to Atlanta. And by doing that, he deals with two major secondary plots of the film, and he does that well. The writing is very succinct, clear, the stakes are quite clear, and the story is very, very, very efficient. This film is very well paced and quite entertaining. I really enjoyed this film. I think that as far as a true story goes, this is one of the better films that I've seen. They did it amazingly well. It's not extremely emotional. Their drama is more based on the company and what could happen to the company than what could happen to these characters, which is fine because maybe that's how it really happened. You focus on the company, you focus on the story of them in this space trying to achieve this common goal rather than focus on their individual dramas. I do kind of like that, honestly, because I feel like that's harder to do because we have to get an audience to care about these people in this situation that doesn't necessarily apply to all of us, but they still made us care. It's hard to care when you see a person making millions or billions of dollars and having their company go down, because we know at the end of the day they're still going to be fine, they're going to be rich, they can start 100 other companies, but we still are on the journey with them. That's hard to do, and they didn't focus much on the personal drama. It was completely focused on the story. I have to give props to that. I think this film was a 4 out of 5. I did enjoy it, and I recommend that everyone watches it. Thank you. Guys, do you want to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe buttons right there? I'm sure you can find it. Can you find it? Cool. Thank you.